Hi, I'm Tracy, also known as Notorious Nails, and I'm proud to be this month's guest artist for Lecenté. In this video, you're going to learn how to create a Halloween and Guy Fawkes inspired design using CND shellac and the new fireworks collection from Lecenté. So for the Halloween design, I painted 2 coats of CND shellac in nude knickers and thoroughly removed the inhibition layer using some disperse. This design is going to give the effect of dripping blood with added glitter, of course, so I decanted some CND shellac and wildfire into my thumb palette, got my D2 Lecenté detailer brush and began to paint my dripping blood design. I continued to add to my design until I was completely happy with it, using my D2 detailer brush. The detailer brush is ideal to use for fine design work as the brush comes to a perfect point and holds the ideal amount of CND shellac needed. Once I was completely happy with the design, I popped into my CND LED lamp to cure for 1 minute. Whilst that was curing, I then used a pad with some disperse to thoroughly clean the detailer brush. And now time for the glitter. I'm going to use Flame from the new fireworks collection from Lecenté. This glitter is super fine and super sparkly, and a little really does go a long way. I picked up a small amount of Flame and began to burnish into the design using a brush. You really want to make sure the glitter is burnished in and there are no loose flakes of glitter left on your design. Once you have removed all loose flakes of glitter, it's then time to top coat using CND Shellac Express 5. Make sure all of your design is completely encased within the top coat, as you don't want to lose any glitter once it's been cured. Once you've finished top coating, pop in your lamp to cure. Once the design has been cured, remove from the lamp and using some disperse and a lint-free pad, thoroughly remove the sticky layer. That is your design complete. The next design is of course inspired by the new fireworks collection of glitter from Lecenté. I painted 2 coats of CND shellac in Blackpool, cured and removed the inhibition layer. I then decanted some silver chrome into my thumb palette and using the D2 detailer brush I began to paint the firework design. This design has to be done in 3 stages. Once I'd finished stage 1 I cured and I was ready to add my first layer of glitter. The first glitter I used was Spark, which is a super fine holographic silver glitter. I patted on a small amount and then burnished in with my brush, making sure again there were no loose flakes. Now it's time to add stage 2 of the design. I went back to my thumb palette and using silver chrome and my detailer I then painted on the second layer of the firework design. Once you're happy with the design, pop in the lamp to cure, and once cured, remove and it's time for the second layer of glitter. For this glitter I used Burst. I patted on a small amount in the design that I just painted, and once the design was covered, I then again used my brush to burnish in really well, making sure there were no loose flakes. Now it's time for stage 3. Complete your design using silver chrome and your detailer brush. Once you're happy with the design, pop in the lamp to cure, and then it's time for your third glitter. The third glitter I used was Pop. Following the same method before, I patted on and then burnished in, making sure there were no loose flakes. And now it's time to top coat using CND Shellac in Express 5. You want to make sure all the design is completely encased within the top coat. Once you're sure the design is completely covered, Pop into your lamp to cure. Once cured, remove and clean off the inhibition layer using disperse and a pad. This is your design now complete.